Hi everyone! Thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel. My name is Paulina and I've been compulsively posting for a while because I'm just finding it to be a creative outlet. And if you want to get a reading with me, I do private readings and I pretty much do a sliding scale fee of what people can afford, so to be still for real. If you're interested in working with me, we'll make it work. No matter what you can pay, I love doing it, and just let me know if you want to work with me. I mean, I'm not going to accept like beans, magic beans, but I will make people's lives work. I also do like payment plans, but I also am not going to work for like nothing, but I do try to help people give me money. Sorry, I'm not gonna start joking because I'm not very funny. Okay, but listen, I'm gonna do a love reading because I just was feeling, I was looking at my readings and they were so like, people are coming to get you. Or like they were just like about like negative things, but that's fine, you know, like I want to be like an open channel for experiences and storytelling and find solace in storytelling. Okay, so keep in mind as I talk and blabber, I am half Irish, like chock full. Well, there's a little scotch in there, but that half is like very Irish. So I know that they like tell stories, the Irish. So I just get like carried away with storytelling, but okay, so let's see. I'm just like sensing an energy. Okay, yeah, innocence. This is like somebody from your past that you felt feelings for and you liked them, and it was like maybe you were younger, maybe you were also just younger than they were, but also doesn't have to be. You could have just, maybe you were more naive than this person in some ways with that card, but definitely there's a feeling of like innocence and sort of naivete that comes with young love, even if you weren't both young necessarily. We got the 5 of Swords reversed. So like there was some sort of feeling of defeat from each person, that maybe like each person wasn't able to see how the other felt, kind of, and it just ended in conflict and ended in a feeling like, you know, because after the 5 is the 6 where people go away, so that may have been what happened here. And the 4 of Swords is a rest. So maybe there was like just some interaction that was negative. Okay. We got the Page of Pentacles. This person, we'll just go to their view for a second. This person saw you as like, I don't know, something that they wanted to grasp, you know. They saw you not as an object, but like someone that like they coveted, that they wanted in their life, and you may not have known that. Okay, this person also tried to learn as much about you as they could. You know, there may have been other people they talked to, or, you know, maybe just looking on the internet, or just researching you whatever way they could. They wanted to know more because they felt like there were things that you weren't telling them in the conversations that you had about them. And how did you feel about them? And then we'll go to how they felt. How did you feel? Because that was just sort of baseline of them. How did you feel about this person? Oh, you felt like passion, maybe love, or just, you know, creative energy, creative passion. Could be romance with that card, but you also felt like they were making you feel like you wanted to go, like, you wanted to like go from here to there, you know. You were like seeing how far you had to go to become a king, maybe, and you were like, I'm not quite there yet. But you were also just like chivalrous if you're a man, and if you're a woman, you were just like, you were just filled with passion for this person. Okay, that's what I'm getting. But you also felt like maybe this person was controlling, and in some ways you liked that, in some ways it was not satisfying. What else did you feel about this person? You felt Knight of Cups reversed. You were worried that they were deceiving you, but also you just felt like maybe there was like, you know, some romantic journey that you could go on together, and that this person was caring and emotional. You also felt, oh, I'm sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards. Yeah, okay. You felt like you were weak, or this got reversed. You felt weak in this situation, like maybe you couldn't make a choice. This is about not being able to make a choice or a decision between two worlds. Maybe to be with this person, you would have had to change your world, change their world, and you didn't know what that would look like, and you didn't want to disrupt things. Let's get one more card about how you felt. Okay, all right, I'll just get two. No, sorry. How did you feel about this person? How did you feel? You felt like you wanted to have like a happy family life with them eventually, or to at least like share in like the material world, and like you could see them being in your life. And you felt like this person was maybe somebody, maybe they were like well-traveled or like worldly in some way, but also you thought the world of them. You thought the world of them. And how did this person feel about you? I'm sorry, I'm just like, my neck is like uncomfortable. I feel with the neck thing, I do feel like I'm a spiritual intuitive with my body, so it maybe this person, I'm just gonna read it in a kind of funny way. I felt like they felt like you were above them in some way, so they had to like lean their neck back to like look at you. After a while that gets uncomfortable. But that's just the posture they chose. I mean, I think it's because they feel less than in their life. They feel like, they want to, okay. They feel like they want to be sort of cautious in how they deal with you, because you may be like in the public eye in some way, and they don't want to like, I don't know, they see that in some way, and they don't want to maybe interfere in your life. And also they can see that, they're on a quest for money right now, this person, and they're also on like a quest to find their passion again, which may have been lost, and you may not be part of that equation, because I'm just feeling like they don't feel good enough overall. They don't feel like they measure up to what you would want, which is funny because I think that's how you feel. They feel like they had this offering of love, and then, it wasn't accepted, or maybe they feel like you don't have positive feelings towards them, like maybe you don't trust them. There's some feeling of deception here. Like, I think maybe this person comes from people who deceived them, so they don't trust, like in general, which is a problem with love relationships. I'm just making sure all my cards are here because the deck feels thin. The deck feels thin. I think this person maybe feels like they're not playing with a full deck because of some of the things they've been through in their life. I don't think they're stupid in any way. I think this is a smart person, but I think they feel like they're not able to give you what you need and what you want, mostly because they have some trauma or some issues. And also I'm feeling like they don't want to rock the boat. Like, I just get a vibe of this person doesn't want to be a burden to you, and I don't know how they would be. You fill in the blank, but they feel that they would burden you. And also maybe they're dealing with something that they feel burdened by right now. Like maybe they're in another relationship or a toxic situation, and they don't feel that they want to bring you into that. Seeing like a bathtub. There's something here about leisure or like pleasure. Like maybe you both encouraged each other to like find peace, find calm, to relax. Yeah, thinking of the book The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I read that in college a really long time ago. I honestly need to read it again. It's amazing, but I don't remember so much the plot, just that it's about these like troubled stories. I think maybe here with The Color Purple, are you both writers? Are you people who are creative writing people? Because that's important, and that may be another factor here, that people have been in relationships, maybe both people in the past, where they felt like they couldn't express themselves, and I don't think this person would want that with you. They would want you to, be out loud who you are. This person is like juggling a lot of things in the material world, mainly like two things, but also just like, they may just like have financial things that they're juggling, and you may have things that you're juggling financially that like are complicated, or like maybe there's like a tricky financial situation and you're like, I don't know how this would work, is what I keep hearing. I don't know how. I think you're both practical people. Like I was talking about the nodes in my last reading, like maybe you both have like your south node and something very like logical, and you're both like, where's the math that backs this up? Like, let's do the statistics for like the next 3 years. Let's do the percentiles. Let's look at some charts on that love thing, that whole relationship thing. That's not really how it works. It's actually that you just kind of like see how it goes. You're both disappointed. There's just mirroring here, which is why now I'm saying both, but I'm going to get back to you versus them. There's disappointment, and there's the need to recover from disappointment. There's disappointment and the need to recover from disappointment. Cover. Does this person like play music and like cover bands or something? I'm also thinking cover, like this person may have covered up something about themselves, or like barely told you, or sort of told you, or there may have been something that they haven't told many people that you got to know, and you feel special, or not special, you feel like you are special to this person, actually, is what I'm hearing. You are special to this person. You are special to this person. You are special. This person has not had many relationships. Even if they boasted that they have, maybe they may have just been superficial, or not very deep, or not very dimensional, like they may have been one-dimensional, even if they were in them for years. And with you, even if it was a shorter amount of these relationships, and even if it wasn't a real relationship, you may have just been friends, they like crossed light years. They did like a quantum leap with like their ability to share, because there was like trust. I'm also seeing this person may have like leapt into relationships in the past without really knowing people, because they're intuitive or something, and you may have done that as well. This person may like fish. I don't know why it's coming to mind. I'm just letting my subconscious. Or you may be like a fish person. Also the band Fish. Also just like camping. Thinking of like how these people used to go camping at the Fish concerts in Vermont, and then like return the camping gear and get paid for it, because I think is it REI, one of the or LL Bean, they used to have this like policy where you could return things in any condition, so all the hippies would take advantage of that. Return things in any condition. Return. Yeah, so you one of you feels like damaged, maybe both of you feels like damaged from what has preceded this meeting, and you feel like damaged goods, maybe. So that's kind of the holdup here, that it's like one or both people feels like they don't want to like rock the boat, and one or both people feels not good enough. And the truth is, this person, I know from their perspective, they see you as a wonderful person, is what I'm hearing. They see you as like sweet and funny and sort of naive, but also kind. And I'm hearing dance to the beat of your own drummer, runs with their own crowd. lone wolf. These might apply to you. Black sheep. This person feels those things about themselves too. So they see that mirrored in you and they're like, oh, kindred soul, kindred soul. I'm thinking of the book by Thomas More called Care for the Soul, which I'll put a link to below. He's a former Catholic monk, I think, or priest, I'm not sure, whatever, one of those, but like, he's just a philosopher now. But that may be a dynamic here. Was one person like in a relationship where there wasn't a lot of intimacy, maybe on both physical and emotional levels, and the other person, or maybe both people were in a relationship like that, where it felt like you were kind of celibate because the person was not very available, you know? And in meeting each other, you may have like reignited some passion, because we did get the King of Wands in the beginning reversed, which can be, or just upright. A lot of passion here. So it's like passion for each other and like the possibilities there. And I'm also hearing passion of mind. There may have been like some really like outlandish thoughts that you both shared that like changed each other's viewpoints. Like I think this person's really attracted to your mind, but also passion of body, and just like energy, and just like that energy that you ignited with each other. I'm seeing people like, you know, they make two stones of, is it like flint? Like they rub it together in the woods, like survivalists, to make a little fire. Like you lit each other's fires and like started things up again because you both were feeling like dead inside. Dead inside. There's this really great show I'm thinking of for some reason called Wonder Falls, about Niagara Falls. That may be an important place for you or the other person, or just waterfalls. Or just like the Canada line. I don't know, that's like near, it's Niagara, it's like the line, right? It's near, I don't know, I'm bad with stuff like geography. I missed school that day. But listen, it's up there. So I don't know if that's an important place, that area, but the line, you know, maybe you feel like it's crossing the line. You both felt like that with each other. But Spirit set up this relationship for you both to grow emotionally, spiritually, and psychically. And don't be scared. I think that's the main thing here, that there was fear, because it was like a wormhole. Like when you first saw each other, there was an instant connection. And that was scary for people sometimes, especially when you've had to force connection elsewhere. But I was going to say the show Wonder Falls, it's about, I was going to say, first of all, you may have felt you crossed the line, because, you know, cross the line to Canada. And then Wonder Falls is a show about like a girl who psychically hears these like voices, these premonitions from these little figurines. And she works in this like hobby shop, and the figurines warn her about things that are going to happen. I don't know if one of you like played that role in the other's life. Like, I'll try to put the show below. It's an old show and it only ran for a couple seasons, I think, but it's just like an imaginative idea. And it's like, maybe one of you is very imaginative, or both of you, and maybe I was gonna say you like guided the other, as in like, you know, what to do, what not to do. And I'm getting that one of you may feel like you weren't able to help the other from getting into some difficult situation, but you know, I'm also seeing that you couldn't have prevented it. Couldn't have prevented it. This meeting couldn't have been prevented. This was meant to be, and I don't know the outcome. Only Spirit knows. I do know, I'm here, I'm just thinking about, I was gonna say quickly, sorry, I'm getting a little miscombobulated, I'm having a lot of thoughts at once. I was gonna say that, like, when you think about this relationship, it just, I'm just getting a feeling of like scared. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. I think one or both people may have some trauma of like past experiences where like you like were next in line after someone had just broken up with someone, so it felt like you were the rebound, or you were the cause of a breakup, or you were like a home wrecker, and you're like, I'm just sensing that both people do not want that like title, or that like, you know, they don't want that energy coming into it. So that was part of it, that It was like maybe one person is like really settled in their life, or maybe just both people had partners, and it was like, you know, I don't want to be the person that like changes this person's life for my needs. So it's kind of like a loving thing to like be like, you go do you do your life. But now I'm feeling that there's some feeling of like, why didn't this work out? Why, you know, just some thoughts. And there is no reason. There is no reason. There is no reason. I'm thinking of season, this may have been like seasons ago, and some seasons may have passed, okay? And things may have changed. This person may like seasoning on their food. I don't know, they may like be someone who likes like weird seasoning. But let's just get a little bit more about the mutual relationship. You feel like you're holding on to yourself. Like you feel like you're not ready to let go of some stuff that you would need to spiritually. And maybe, you know, in your life, like things that have been long-standing relationships, or like, you know, money situations, or just even just your where you live or your home may have to change if you were to be fully in this. We already got this card. And this person feels, what do they want you to know as a closing message? They see you as the Queen of Wands, even if you're a man. You know, just, it's just like a more gentle a gentle King of Wands. Think of it that way. It's like, if you're a man, they see you as caring and nurturing. They see you as someone that they care about, but someone that also like can help them and like is powerful and is strong. I am wondering if this person has felt like weak or powerless in their life, and they feel like you can do anything. Is what I'm hearing. Like you're amazing is what I'm hearing. Anything that comes your way, and they may have like been watching what you've been up to and been like proud of you secretly, because it's gonna be about pride. And the cat is like protection. You know, they may feel like they're protecting you spiritually. They may like pray for you, or just like think about you, or hope that you're okay. There's definitely like some feelings also of just like possibly in the future marriage, or if not like literal marriage, like that kind of setup where they would want to help you find peace and like celebrate and more completion in life, and like to just be more like grounded. And let's get more about what they want. Okay, it would really please this person. Okay, so this person knows that you've been through some really intense stuff, like maybe like some abuse situation or some trauma or something. You know, I said trauma before, something dark. And they may be recovering from a similar situation, but the reversal here can mean like actually commitment, okay? It can mean like turning those hard times into something that's powerful and like meaningful and structured, because it relates to Capricorn. They want you to, or they see that you're on your own in some way. It just could be that you're not in their life, so they're not in your life, so they see that you're alone in that way. And they're proud of you, and they know that they were some sort of like support in some way. Even if you were the one who was supporting them in a more outright way, sometimes those kinds of relationships, there's also support that you're getting back. And they want you to know that, because this is about someone being like independent financially in their garden, that they're like hopeful that you can do it. You can do it is what I'm hearing. You can do it. And you may already be doing it, and just like they want to emulate that. Also just like contentment. Like they do like think about you and your time together, and the happiness and sort of fun is what I'm hearing that ensued in that time, and happy family life. They They wonder if like that is possible with you, and if not, they want you to be happy and have that. But mostly they do have like flashes of like a family, and it, you know, that could just be the two of you with some animals or something, I don't know, or maybe they have children, or you have children, and you would, or it's like a blended patchwork family, I don't know, or you have, or you go and have your own kids, but they want, they like see that with you, I'm just seeing, and it feels like they're not afraid to actually make these changes that you are afraid they would be to make. And also, I just think that you've been in a place of like inferiority or feeling like, you know, not good enough, but this person is attracted to you. They definitely are. And they think you're very, like, they almost think you're too good for them, like you're a catch. That may have been part of it, that they may see that like other people, you know, they're like, well, if I'm important to you, how many other people are too, because you're so great, like why wouldn't everyone be like chomping at the bit here? You know, they don't get it, that you're like, maybe you were in a bad relationship, or you are, or maybe you're single. They're like, I don't understand. Like, it more has to do with you and your feelings of not either being able to really just stick up for yourself. You may be in a dynamic right now in the relationship where it is salvageable, and you know, you may be trying to make that work, and this person actually would want you to do that because they want you to be happy more than anything. And that's the reading.